Hi everyone, this is Miss Sarah from the Willoughby-Eastlake Public Library System, and I am here to read our next section of Escape from Lemoncello's Library, Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's Library. We are on chapter 27, so let's go. Excited by the sudden appearance of a second bonus card, Sierra read it out loud. 2 plus 2 can equal more than 4. Put 2 and 2 together and you'll be closer than before. Akemi raised her hand. Yes, said Sierra. You do realize that Miguel here isn't on our team. Oh, right, sorry. Miguel turned to Kyle. You guys are a team? Yep, you want to join? Maybe, not sure. Check back with me later, man. No problem, said Kyle. He fist-thumped his chest. Miguel fist-thumped his. They were flashing each other their peace signs when Sierra said, I think this means we should all play together as a team. Remember what it says on the fountain down in the lobby? Knowledge not shared remains unknown. Maybe, said Miguel. Like I said, let me get back to you guys. I'm working on a few angles of my own, flying solo. Sure, no problem. Kyle was about to do the whole fist bump peace sign thing again when he had a brainstorm. Miguel, quick question. What's on your library card? Miguel shrugged. My name and the number 1. Anything else? Like on the back? Nothing really. A couple of books. 2? Yeah. What are their titles? Miguel bit his lip. Don't want to say. Because you think they might be clues? I'm not saying what I might or might not be thinking, bro. Kyle nodded. There are 2 different books on the back of everybody's library cards, said Akemi, thinking out loud. Put 2 and 2 together and you'll be closer than before. The book titles are some sort of clue. My books are 1, Akemi? Kyle shook his head, nodded towards Miguel. Right. Sorry, my bad. Okay, Miguel, said Kyle. If and when you decide to team up with us, you can show us those 2 books on the back of your card, and we'll all show you ours. We'll also split the prize 4 ways. Deal? Deal. Come on, guys, Kyle gestured toward the exit. Where are we going? Asked Sierra. Kyle dropped his voice. The Electronic Learning Center. You want to play video games? Asked Akemi. Now? Seriously, Kyle, we may need to rethink your status as team captain. I don't want to play video games. I want to check out the discard pile. Huh? The cards the players who went home early dumped into the goldfish bowl. I'm coming with you guys, said Miguel. I've been thinking about those extra cards too. Fine, said Kyle. Whatever. When they entered the game room, they saw Clarence, his arms folded across his chest, genie style. He was standing guard in front of the discard pile. May I help you? He asked. Yeah, said Kyle. We want to check out the cards in the bowl. Sorry, said Clarence, you can't have them. But, said Mr. Lemoncello, his face suddenly appearing on every video screen in the room, you can win them. Dressed in a polka-dotted bow tie and snazzy jacket like a game show host, Mr. Lemoncello had one arm resting on a slender plexiglass podium. Behind him, Dr. Zinchenko, all decked out in a sparkly red mini dress, Sorry, I read that wrong. Hang on. Behind him, Dr. Zinchenko, all decked out in a sparkly red mini dress, looked like the models that point at prizes on TV. Are the 4 of you ready to play Let's Do a Deal? When Mr. Lemoncello said that, he pushed a big red button on his podium. A pre-recorded studio audience whistled, cheered, and applauded. What's Let's Do a Deal? Asked Kyle. My first game to ever be turned into a TV show. Brought to you by Lemon Pledge. Dr. Zinchenko started singing, Lemon Pledge, very pretty, put the shine down, lemon good. Thank you, Dr. Z, said Mr. Lemoncello, bopping the button to make the audience cheer again. Now then, here, kids, here's the deal. Solve 1 simple picture puzzle and you win 4, and you 4 win the 5 library cards in the bowl. And if we lose, simple. Each of you loses his or her library card and adds it to the discard bowl for our next lucky contestants to try and win. He banged the red button again. The audience cheered exactly the same way they had cheered before. Kyle turned to the others. What do you say, guys? Ooh, excuse me. Let's go for it, said Akemi. Sierra nodded. Miguel? I'm in, bro. You joining our team? Absolutely. They knocked knuckles to seal the deal. Mr. Lemoncello must have whacked his button again because the canned studio audience started cheering. Kyle wondered what the sound effects would be like if he and his friends lost their library cards playing Let's Do a Deal. Probably groans and weeping. Lots and lots of weeping. Chapter 28. Now then, said Mr. Lemoncello, are you guys ready to play Risking Everything for 5 little library cards? Kyle swallowed hard. Then he nodded. All right, you Maniac McGee's, here's your picture puzzle. The category is famous quotes. You have 60 seconds to solve this rebus. Wait a second, said Akimi. What's a rebus? You figure out the words in a phrase by looking at the pictures and the symbols, said Kyle. For instance, added Miguel, the letters R and E plus a picture of a school bus would equal rebus. Oh, okay, said Akimi, if you guys say so. Are you ready to play? Asked Mr. Lemoncello. Kyle looked at his teammates, who nodded. Yes, sir. Then, on your mark, get set, go, dog, go. Mr. Lemoncello's image disappeared. Tick-tock clock music started playing. The video screens all projected the same picture. We're officially dead, said Akimi. 45 seconds, said Mr. Lemoncello. Okay, we break it up 4 ways, said Kyle. The first and third rows are similar. I'll do them. I'll take the last one, said Akimi. I'll take the second row, said Miguel. I'm 4, said Sierra. 50 seconds, said Mr. Lemoncello. Everyone went to work. Mine is some guy hitting himself in the thumb, but with a GR and an O, muttered Akimi. Then the male symbol were the LE equals RX marks. Does that make sense? Hello, Kyle, is my second half marks? Kyle didn't answer. He was too busy deciphering his own clue lines. Outlet. Changed the let to side. He mumbled golf minus the G and L, the letter A. 40 seconds. Dog. He dropped the third line. He just needed the first word. Bowling pins without the P, but add the I'd. 30 seconds. Kyle glanced at Miguel. He was moving his lips, mouthing out the part of a quote. Sierra 2. You guys ready? Kyle whispered. Hang on, said Miguel. 30 seconds. Okay, go. Kyle read the first line. Outside of a dog, Miguel picked up on the thread. A book is a man's best friend. Kyle continued. Inside of a dog, Sierra took over. It's too dark to read. Akimi brought them home. Grouchoed marks. Is that your final answer? Asked Mr. Lemoncello. Yes, said Kyle, and then repeated the entire quote. Outside of a dog, a book is man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too hard to read. Groucho Marx. Bells rang, chasers' lights flashed. The audience went wild. Akimi and Sierra actually squealed and hugged each other. You are correct, shouted Mr. Lemoncello. There's no dead end in Norvelt. Not today. Take those 5 library cards, Team Kyle. You won them fair and square. Charles and Andrew heard a commotion on the 3rd floor. Bells ringing, an audience whooping it up. Girls squealing. Come on, said Charles. They raced up the stairs and peeked into the Electronic Learning Center. Kyle Keeley and his teammates were all hugging each other and slapping high fives. On every video screen in the game room, Charles could see a pictogram puzzle. What's going on in there? Whispered Andrew. They might be gaining on us, Charles whispered back. We need to pick up our pace. Quick. Where would I find a book called Hoosier Hospitality, written by Eve Hurley Artisty? The 900s room. Let's go. Charles and Andrew scurried back to the 2nd floor in the 900s room, where they found Haley Daly holding Hoosier Hospitality by Eve Healy Artisty. Oh, hello, you guys, she said, slamming the book shut. Charles moved toward her slowly. Find anything interesting in that book, Haley? Not really, she giggled. Just a bunch of dumb junk about Indiana. Charles knew she was hiding something. I wonder, Haley, if you and I might share a quiet word. He turned to Andrew. In private. Does that mean I'm supposed to leave? Yes, Andrew. It's for the good of the team. Trust me. Okay, but I'll be right outside that door if you decide to double-cross me or something. Thank you, Andrew. This will only take a quick minute. Peckelman left the room. Smiling, Charles moved even closer to Haley, so close that he could smell her bubble gum. Or shampoo. Maybe both. Let's step over here, he said, taking Haley by the elbow. I found another fascinating book that I think you'll just love. He guided her to a spot on a bookcase where their conversation couldn't be observed by the security camera blinking up in the ceiling. Haley went with Charles. If he had been looking for the same book she'd just found, that meant he was playing the library escape game along a similar path. Charles Chiltington might have clues Haley could use, clues she needed. "Rumor has it," Charles whispered, "that your parents wrote the library essay for you." Inside, Haley was grinning. Obviously, Charles would try to bully her into joining his team. Fine, she'd pretend to be frightened. "What?" she whispered back, pretending to be terrified. "That's a lie. My dad just helped me with some of the spelling." "Aha, so you admitted all the spelling in your essay wasn't your own?" Okay, this was going to take more acting skills than usual. Having someone check your spelling wasn't against anybody's rules for anything. She widened her eyes, made her lips quiver. "What do you want, Charles?" "For you to join my team." "Why should I do that?" "Two reasons. One, if you're on my side, your flagrant plagiarism remains our dirty little secret. Two, I know what to do with that silhouette card you just found in the Hoosier Hospitality book." "You do?" "Oh, yes. If we share our clues, the pictures will create a phrase telling us how to find the alternate exit." Haley smiled for real. This was working out perfectly. She'd get all their clues, and even if they all won together, Mr. Lemoncello would definitely make her the real star of his commercials. She had zazz. Charles and Andrew did not. "Okay," she said. "Deal. I'm on your team." Then she handed Charles the clue she had found in the Hoosier book. "Of course," said Charles. "After all, Indiana is the Hoosier state." Oh, that's Indiana. All right, that's all for now, and I'll be back with the next few chapters in a little bit. Have a great night. Bye-bye.